Even though group work, particularly cooperative learning groups, is a necessary and common practice today in elementary and secondary classrooms, whole class instruction is still a valid and necessary approach. Students need opportunities to work alone. Module 6 covers the necessity of seat work and teacher-led activities. The common denominator of seat work and teacher-led activities is that students should remain in their seats. Recommended strategies for classroom practice are setting expectations for students working in their seats and maintaining students' attention during teacher-led activities. It is important to involve students in the design of rules and procedures. Before addressing specific rules and procedures with students, it is useful to discuss the fact that most situations in real life involve rules and procedures. Next, you should present rules and procedures that you have already identified for seat work and teacher-led activities and explain and give examples of each. Allowing students to discuss these rules and procedures and invite them to make suggestions of addition, alternatives, or deletions. Let students know that you will take their thoughts into consideration, but you as a teacher have the final say. Once rules and procedures have been decided upon, make a chart and post them in the classroom where it is visible for all students to reinforce when needed. To keep students from becoming bored during presentations, teachers should relate subject to the students if possible. Get active. Not even adults like to sit all day. Have students stand up, clap, chant, or sing about the content being learned. When we tie learning to movement, it becomes more memorable. Use humor. Humor is a great attention getter. Find clever ways to incorporate humor into the presentation so that it doesn't get you off topic but helps convey the important information. Provide structure. Students need structure to know where they are supposed to be and how they are supposed to act. Use visuals. Visuals are great attention grabbers and help engage students in a discussion about the topic. Last, be engaging. The presenter needs to be engaging. Alternate your pitch and your tone of your voice, use hand gestures, and show interest about this subject. Student participation. You should give students choices in how they learn. You need to allow collaboration. Call on students directly. Offer praise when they do share in class. Create participation goals for students. You could offer rewards, but it's not necessary. Ensure that everyone is being heard. When a student is speaking, everyone else is quiet. And be aware of over-participation. We all have the student that want to answer every question, and that's great, but it can also make other students feel that they don't need to participate at all. Talking among students. Students talking is like popcorn. The first kernel pops, and then they all start popping. It is impractical to think that students are not going to talk all day, so we need to model what's appropriate and inappropriate behavior during seat work and teacher-led activities. Once you model the desired behavior, students need to practice it. Have them do a practice run before doing it for real. Next, communicate the consequences with them for not following the desired behavior. Continue to define your expectations before each activity. Obtaining help. Some strategies for obtaining help might be 3 before me. Students should quietly ask 3 students for help if needed before asking the teacher. Red, yellow, and green sign. This can be strips of paper or even plastic cups. When green is displayed, that means that I understand and I don't need help. Yellow means I'm confused, but I'm still trying to work on it. Check back on me in a little while. And red means I need help. Another obtaining help strategy is desk tents. A desk tent is a triangular piece of paper, and on one side it says I'm okay, and on the other side it says I need help. Students turn their desk tents to face the teacher depending on what their need is. Out of seat behavior. Set expectations when it is okay to move about the room to minimize students getting up during seat work. Take restroom breaks, sharpen pencils, fill water bottles, and allow students to get all materials needed before the activity begins. Once seat work has started, to cut down on students wandering around the room, you could use seat disc. This would be some sort of plastic chip, or you may even use beans. Place these on the student's desk. Each student gets 2 or 3 beans, whatever is determined appropriate number by the teacher. If the student has to get up for any reason, they must put their disc or their bean into a jar. Each time they get out of their seat for any reason, another disc goes in the jar. When their 3 discs are gone, they are not allowed to get up anymore, or they will face the consequences that you have determined and preset. At the end of the class period, collect all the discs from the other students and put them in a different jar. When the jar gets full, you may reward the students with extra recess, tech time, or any reward of your choice. Behavior of students when the work is complete. The expectations while students are working in their seats is that the noise needs to be minimized. This is particularly important as students finish their work, as well as when it's easy for noise and talking to become disruptive for others still working. To keep noise levels down so all students can learn, some common approaches are to create choice boards. Choice boards are fun but meaningful activities for students to select from when they have completed their work. Another option is a quiet, inviting reading corner or area in your room where students can go and read their library books. Perhaps even a writing or research station, or one called Every Student is an Expert station, where students can study something that they find interesting. Maintaining student attention during student-led activities. When teaching with many students, it is very easy to lose control of your classroom. There are many strategies that you could use to maintain students' attention during teacher-led activities, and here are a few that I like to use. Always start your lesson with the hook. You could invite a guest speaker to talk about your topic of learning, play a game, or watch a video clip and discuss. You could use callbacks, such as the teacher may say, "The snack that smiles back," and the students reply with goldfish. Or you can use 1, 2, 3 eyes on me, and then the students say 1, 2, 3 eyes on you. Teacher may also use attention, and the students will respond with yes, ma'am. You may also take a quick poll. When posing a question to the class, ask students to use thumbs up or thumbs down to indicate whether they understand the question or not. Countdowns and callouts, like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 cue to get the students to be quiet and get their attention. Random drawings. Select readers, information presenters, and students to answer questions by pulling a name or a number stick. Place the sticks in a jar with the students' names or numbers, and they are not visible. The advantage to them not being visible is that the randomness of the selection process keeps the students involved. And the last idea for teacher-led activities to keep students engaged is using student as assistants. Ask students to come up to the board and point to the correct answers, or even write the answers in on the board. This approach is that students are typically eager to participate in their learning.